Okay, ahoy everyone, I am live. Okay, that was an interesting discussion. So let's do a short after show if people want to come in. I've put the link in the chat there if people want to come and discuss. I did send the links to Ben and Diesel if they want to come in via Twitter. So or X or whatever the hell we're supposed to call it now. That was I think that was an interesting discussion. I gotta say, I don't think he went where I thought he was going to go with a lot of that. So that's what made it interesting. I think I don't see anybody somebody's in the chat. I have no idea who. But yes, this is open if people want to come in. Hey, Spooky. If people want to come in, this is open. I will say, if I don't know you, though, I probably won't let you in because I've had people take advantage of my generosity before. I'll see if I can. I'm going to post this in one or two of the groups as well. So, what's it? Hello, Tawniest. Hey, yeah, that was an interesting discussion. Like I said, it did throw me off a little because I just didn't think Diesel was going to go to one of the two of the places he went to. I suppose because a lot of it. No worries, Dave. Thanks for the positive feedback. I'm sure we probably both made a lot of errors in our argumentation throughout that, but um, now I have sent links. Like I said, I have sent links out into some of the groups. So, and the link is up. Link is up the top there if anyone does want to join. Let me pin that or something. And just give me a sec. Let me pin that. So yeah, what I hoped to do with that, and as I said, what I hoped to do, what I kind of wanted to, where I wanted to go with that was, um, um, sort of make at least try and make a positive kind of case for atheism. I don't know how well I did in that. And when I say positive case, meaning I am going out there and defending the position. I think that no gods exist. That was where I was hoping to go. Tawniest, I didn't see that, but yeah, I don't. I must have missed that, but fire away. I'll do. I'll try and see what I can see if I can answer it. But I might not be the right person to explain a lot of stuff because I'm not. Like I said, I'm definitely not a philosopher or anything. Um, yeah. Let me just hit Diesel up. I'm just going to let him know that, hey, I've sent you a link to the after show. Live now. But yeah, I think okay. Dave would probably be much better. If it's a philosophy question, I guarantee you Dave's going to be way better at answering than I could possibly hope to be. But that was my aim going into this. I wasn't trying to go in there and get get the wit, get the W. You'd engage with some skeptic guy who said there is no God. Matt, and the Australian guy mentioned about how that places burden of well, yeah, I guess if you do say, if you make a categoric statement there is no God, I think you are adopting a burden of proof. Um, but like I said, I think you can go in and make a at least a burden of justification for why you think that way, which is what I was trying to which is why, or what I was trying to say is I can try and make a positive like I can justification for why I think there's I prefer to call it a burden of justification. I was trying to do in that discussion. And I might be wrong on this, but oh, hey, Atheist Edge, I might be wrong at this as well, but I think there's a lot of the online, a lot of the people I see in the online atheists, especially the blooming angry, like they call the angry atheist crowd, who will make all sorts of arguments about like your God's a fairy tale, blah blah blah, whatever, and then they just said, "Well, I just lack a belief," and I don't know. I mean, I did a thing about this the other day about don't make a positive claim that there's no evidence for the existence of God, and then just say I lack a belief. Because you're falling into a pitfall if you do. That's just my I think there's an evidentiary argument made the claim God there is no God more likely than not. Yeah, which is again is what I'm which is again is what I was trying to do today, is sort of saying that I think based upon the evidence that I believe it is more likely the case that there is no God. And I don't know. I just maybe I didn't. I know there's atheists way better versed in like these kind of topics than I am, who just don't want to seem to go there, and I don't know. I sometimes feel like maybe they're lacking their courage of their convictions on it. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think I get very frustrated with a lot of the stuff I see in like the online atheist discourse space. To be honest, that's why I stopped watching a lot of these call-in shows. To be honest, I stopped watching them a couple of years ago. Now I just I, I said I said I've said this a few times. I'd say you want to have some real good arguments and good cases for atheism. I'd suggest looking into, I think we've all gone through that. We've all gone through that, definitely. Especially if people who've kind of come out of religion, I think they can really go through what I call an angry atheist phase, and I it kind of it really irritates me when I see certain people who are just playing to that crowd and then trying to pass off what they're doing as some kind of critical thinking or skepticism. Oh, well, I don't want to mention the guy's name, but there's some dickhead on Twitter who actually, by all accounts, does have a PhD in like one of the sciences or whatever, but calls himself a skeptic extraordinaire, and all he fucking tweets out is angry atheist shit. And he repeatedly makes the claim that Jesus never existed. And despite the fact that certain people, like people who are well versed in history, and he's a atheist atheist historians as well, have tried to tell him it's not a good idea to make that claim, and here's why. And it's really weird. It's really weird when I push back on some of these narratives myself, is that I get called an undercover blooming theist or something like that, and it gets a bit fucking frustrating, honestly. Well, I don't know if Diesel's coming in or not, or Ben. Dave knows who I'm on about. Yeah, I don't want to mention the guy's name, but I think for someone who's supposed to got a PhD, I think he's just about the fucking dumbest atheist on the internet. I actually find him very, very. Oh dear, let me just plug something in here. But I actually find that guy very, very frustrating to deal with. And Mark, yeah, okay, can you say a definitive case? No, but I can say most likely case that there was a historical figure at this. There's a reason why Jesus mythicism is a very fringe position. Let's put it that way. And hey, Robert, thanks for plugging the. Thanks for plugging the. Hey, and I believe we got Diesel's joining us. Hey, mate.
Hey, that was fun.
Well, yeah, I thought that was a good conversation myself. I quite enjoyed that.
Hey, I'm not I'm not exaggerating. Both you and Chris made a rather irreverent line in our debate when he said that the stories of Kim Jong Il made the stories of Jesus seem believable. I mean, I swear, maybe it's alcohol, but I almost passed out in both of those jokes that you guys made. That was great.
Yeah. What, like the what the fact
yeah. So, what'd you think about it?
I thought it was good. I thought there was I said just before you came on actually that I was very. I mean, I was taken a little off guard in a certain sense because I wasn't expecting you to kind of come with one or two of the arguments you came with, and but in a way it was good. It meant it was something to work with, that we could have the discussion, but also we were able to address my reasons for the way I think, how I think as well. So I think it was I think it was constructive.
I do have to say,
I had to get that little dig at modern day debate in at the end as well.
right. I saw that. I do have to say that I was pre-gaming like the first 2 hours before the debate. I was writing my opening statement, and I had a few beers, so I was not exactly shooting 100%. I'll just say that.
I wasn't either. I sat down several days ago and wrote out the arguments, but to be honest, I probably should have memorized it rather than just sitting there trying to read it, to be honest, because I don't know that it always come off as very clear at times what I was trying to get across. But plus my handwriting's awful.
Right. Well,
I just sat down jotting down notes a few days ago.
But you had a week off. I mean, I try to put this together. I got off of work at 6 o'clock. I came home, took a shower, ate.
I'm not gonna spend a whole bloody week preparing for a debate, though. You know, there are limits.
But yeah, as I said on there.
By the way, guys, remind everyone in the chat, this stream is open if anyone wants to join in. I have pinned the link if anyone does want to come in and chat for a few minutes. I did send the link to Ben. I just don't know if he's seen it though.
He's probably going back to sleep.
To be fair, he got up early to do this, so he might pop in, he might not. I don't know. But no, I thought it was more. I thought it was a useful discussion.
Mm-hmm.
And as
I'm glad I caught you.
And I said this during the debate and just before you popped in, actually, that what I was trying to do today was just say, look, it's not unreasonable to argue to other atheists. I don't think it's unreasonable to argue that you think there's no God, rather than because I get so frustrated with the lack theists as well, but mainly because of like stuff that like I did that video the other day about these people saying there's no evidence for God, and then turn around and the next thing and saying, well, I just lack a belief. And I'm like, that's not just lacking a belief, that's making a positive claim if you're saying there's no evidence for God.
Mm-hmm.
But
here's the thing.
Yeah.
If you don't believe in God, like there was a stage in life where I didn't believe in God either. So like if you don't believe in God, I think these are just natural stages we go through in life, and we live and we learn and we grow, and there's no need to beat up anybody, no matter where they are in their walk, in life, because we're all going through a unique journey and a unique struggle. And to me, the last thing in the world I'd ever want to do in a discussion is treat you the way that Matt Dillahunty, well, one, the way he treats other people, but the way that he was treated in the modern day debates that recently happened. Like I would never do that to somebody.
I've had a few people comment on that video of mine that apparently Matt had debated some other guy or something and was really rude to him. Now, I got to be honest, I haven't seen it, so I don't know. So I'm lacking the context for what. Is it possible? Knowing Matt, yeah, possibly. And this is why I don't get one or two of the flipping comments that were left on that video that thinking that I was some big Dillahunty fanboy, because anyone who fucking knows me knows I'm not. I've called him out a number of times on things I disagree with him on.
I think people like him could be like 100 times more effective if they would just keep their cool, because at the end of the day, you're representing your side. You know what I mean? You're representing what you believe in. And so I think it's incumbent upon you to be an ambassador for that belief.
I've got to be honest, I haven't now. I haven't watched Matt on these because I said I stopped watching the call-in show, so I haven't watched him for a long time. It got a little bit off-putting to me, like towards the end of his tenure on the Atheist Experience, because I felt he was being aggressive and doing the hang-up thing a little too often, and I felt it was being done for like so they can make clips on YouTube of like but when I first started watching that show back in like 2017 or whatever, I'd say Matt was a lot different from the way there were people that he'd be aggressive with, but they were generally people who had kind of earned it because they were either being dishonest or being arseholes themselves. And I think Mage is joining us. Hey, Mage.
Hey.
But, yeah. But I have to admit, I haven't seen what Matt's like on call-in shows for a while because I won't watch the line. I won't support that channel. But I have heard he's gotten worse in the way he talks to people. But I haven't, unless I sat there and watched it myself, I couldn't really say.
I've noticed how he talks to people.
Well, it's hard to take
on Twitter.
It's hard to take anybody serious who's telling people to shut the fuck up, or shut your fucking mouth. Like, how do you really have a conversation with that?
I mean, like I said, he used to get like that back in the day, but it was mainly with people who had kind of earned it, because they were either being dicks or they were being dishonest or trying to shout him down, whatever, and he responded in kind. So, but he used to be. I always felt like my favorite pairing on the Atheist Experience was Matt and Tracy Harris when Tracy was on there, because I think Tracy was a good counterbalance to Matt. But obviously she left 4 or 5 years ago now, so
Oh, why did she leave?
Diesel, should we not? Can I just say I don't want to get into, because that is relitigating a load of shit from a few
That's a long
years ago.
story.
That is a long story, and it would be relitigating a lot of shit. But let's just say it was Tracy, Jen, and John, and I think a few others left at that same time. It was a long story.
Wow.
It's a long.
So, what do you think about the discussion, Mage?
Good discussion, I have to say.
Yeah.
I gotta say, he was a lot more civil than he was in person, because in person he called me a coward, and that's why I had to boot him off my stream.
Oh, Diesel, can you find that a second? Find that. We'll play that. We'll play
True
that.
story.
We'll play round 2. We'll play. It's only about it's only a few minutes long, honestly.
And I do agree with your jab to modern day.
Okay, I'll send it to you right now. Hold on.
Yeah, we'll play that for everyone.
Hey, Mage, are you aware of the fact? Mage, are you aware of the fact that Godless Scummer and I met up in person? And well, just a little context. The first time I ever saw the name Godless Scummer, he called me a disingenuous prick. So that was my introduction to Godless Scummer, and then we
didn't start off on the best of terms. Let's put it that way.
You do seem to have that effect on people.
Touche.
Yeah, but yeah.
Okay, hold on. I got it right here. I'm going to send it to you.
Yeah, share it in.
Okay, I'm sending it to you right now.
It should pop up.
Okay, there it is. Well, okay, put it on. It's right there.
I don't see it. In here.
Hey,
you able to share it as a screen?
Okay, I'll post it on the private chat. Just for the record, Mage.
Oh, I see what you've done.
Mage, he said he no longer considers me a disingenuous prick. He considers me a genuine prick. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Okie doke. Right. Share
okay, put it on.
Hold on. I think I found it. Okay. Let's put that full screen.
This is class. And by the way, I would love to say I came up with the idea for this, but this is all Scummer.
Well, yeah. Well, okay. Well, okay. This is our second debate.
This is Scummer's idea. I won the first debate.
All right. Good evening. This is Isaiah Diesel, RIT Podcast. Joined with I normally introduce my guests as special guests, but nothing special about this next guy that we have coming on. So would you mind introducing yourself?
Yeah, I'm Jeff, aka God the Scummer, and hello, Dr. Evil. How are you?
Not so good. I do have to tell you something. I do take quite a bit of offense to your name. Why would you refer to yourself as a scummer, one? And why do you have to throw your atheism around like godless? Like, why not just, just say you don't believe in something? Like, why do you feel the need to be so offensive in your name?
Well, it's very simple. I like sin. I like, I like all that bad stuff like fornicating and all that sort of stuff,
Right.
and like baby killing, that's what I'm into. I'm sorry, I'm proud of it.
That's exactly why I find that people are actually atheists, is because they enjoy their sin and they just want to be in rebellion of God. Why is it, if God created you, why would you choose to deny his existence? That's what I want to know today.
Well, I don't necessarily accept that God created me, but but I just
Wait,
like
hold on, you're dodging my question. You're dodging my question. You are dodging my
No,
question.
I'm not. Oh, shut up! You're being like
Yes, you are.
Oh, really? We're going to go down the Darth Dawkins route here, are we?
Okay, you know what? Speaking of being Darth Dawkins, you've outstayed your welcome on this stream. I think you
You're rage quitting on me already, are you? You're
just
rage
because you
quitting
have
me on me already.
no. You listen to me. Just because you have a cool British accent. I know you have a cool accent. That does not give you a right to be condescending and rude and throw your sin.
And you are rage quitting on me. Seriously.
No, you are just a rude person. You have a cool accent. I will grant you that.
I'll show you rude.
I'm trying to.
Here's what he calls me a
I'm trying to
coward.
figure out how to boot you from the screen.
Somebody. Boot me then. Boot me then. Boot me, you little coward.
Yeah, right. Okay. You know what? I've had enough of you. Goodbye. See, this is the problem with atheists. You try to sit down and have a civil conversation with them, and they refuse to be cogent. They have no idea what they're talking about. They're rude. They're condescending. They're arrogant. Little pricks, man. And I hate to use a word that Brits use because I'm American, but I do. Where'd you come from? You trying to put me from the stream, did ya? Oh, we got us going. Actually, we're having a really good time here. There's a little bit of a joke.
I'll stop, Diesel. I'll stop it here, all right? I'll stop it there, but we were just having a bit of fun on that one, because Diesel was saying we got to do a video or something together while we're here or something, and I think I just said, hey, shall we do a debate and just troll everyone, thinking, hey, we're gonna have a real big argument, and then you kick me from the stream and I'll come and sit down next to you. So.
But I'll tell you this, I actually, it is pretty sad because the exact way that I treated you right now, I've been treated that exact way by atheists and who go on some kind of rant against me afterwards, even though I've just tried to sit down and have civil conversations with people. I was kind of trying to mimic and mock the way that people will engage in those kind of conversations because, I genuinely want to sit down and have conversations and try to, learn and grow.
I think because we were doing the parody of that, that's why I said you. That's why I came up with a little line. You're being like Darth Dickhead. We won't say his name, but you know that. But just because I thought that's a good little because he does that. That's what he does. He's disingenuous with the way he talks to people.
So I saw he made a comment.
By the way, can you highlight Trolley Dave and Native Atheist? And then Native Atheist had it. This was in December.
That's just December.
Scummer and I, we got together and
it was last year.
It was we got together for some drinks and I gotta say that good thing this doesn't come down to a drinking contest because I would have been Scummer would have murdered me twice over because that guy got the iron kidney.
By the way, Diesel, that's round 4. By the way, is going to be the drinking contest.
Oh God, no. Anyway, yeah, thank you guys for the time. It's like 12 o'clock here. Really appreciate.
Well, thanks for popping in, Diesel, and thanks for
What was that, Mitch?
I got myself some alcohol yesterday.
No, really, like fuck people who are on the other side of the conversation who are trying to dehumanize and trying to like one up and just like win the debates. Like we need to be. I mean, I understand that gets more clicks. I understand what like that's more entertaining, but we need to take a step back from that and stop like
to be honest, I'd sooner
feeling the need to one up each other.
I'd sooner have had that conversation on and only get maybe 20 views on that than go on like MDD and have a absolute fucking dumpster fire. And yeah, and it might get like several thousand views, and it might even get me a bump in like 50 or 60 subscribers or whatever. But I don't want to do. I wouldn't want to do it that way because it's just like I'd sooner have a conversation that's a bit more constructive than you know. I think if we had a conversation where we've both given each other pause to think and about where we're going and maybe think about our arguments even a little bit better, then I think it served a better purpose. I think. So.
Right. All right, gentlemen. You guys have a nice day, and feel free to upload that one to your YouTube because I uploaded our conversation. I'll definitely be uploading this one. So feel free to upload debate number 2 there.
I haven't got clip grab. So if you send me that one, I'll upload it. And yeah, feel free to clip grab our debate and put it up. Feel free to do that.
All right. Good night, gentlemen. Have a good day, gentlemen.
Later.
Have a good evening, mate. Trolley Dave says, "You know, if I've been kidnapped, if you ever see me appear on Modern Day Debate, yeah, yeah, you couldn't pay me to go on that show. You couldn't pay me."
Like I said, the only ones I've watched in a long time are the ones with Raw in it.
Yeah, I haven't watched Aaron stuff in a while. By the way, Robert X saying, Robert, I was actually out in your neck of the woods about a little over a month ago, and I can just say there's some of the Dutch can flipping drink their beer. I can attest to that. So
I do agree with your take that modern day debate could learn anything about that debate you had with Diesel.
yeah, well, like I said, I don't think there's any good debate channels left, Mage. I really don't think there are. If there are, I'm not aware of them. I mean, back in the day, Non Sequitur was bloody brilliant, but
yeah, they kind of fell apart.
less said about all the fucking shit show with that, the better. But you know, in its heyday, and just thinks that I just always think if everyone's ego could have been kept in check on that, and they'd have kept going, they'd have been. I mean, look, Modern Day Debate's got 120,000 subscribers. If everyone's ego had been kept in check on non-second whatever, and they kept going, they'd have been about 500,000 subscribers by now. If they could, if everyone could have kept their fucking egos in check.
I could have seen them in breaking 1 million.
I could definitely that they were. Do you know, like how certain things were? It was literally my favorite channel on the internet for a couple of years there. For about a year and a half, it was my absolute go-to channel. But I just think a lot. Let's not want to relitigate all the history, but if everyone's bloody egos could have been kept in check there,
Yeah, I'm well aware of the history.
Those they could have had a massive channel by now.
Yeah, I'm well aware of everything that went on.
Mark, he's not solely. There's a lot of people that had a hand in that. It's not. I'll just say that. And by the way, I'm not defending him because I've kind of stepped away from him a little while ago because of certain stuff. But
yeah, there was a lot.
But it's not fair to put all the blame on him.
Yeah, there was a lot going on that there's enough blame to go around.
Yeah, there definitely was. There was definitely plenty of blame to go around on that one. There really was. But
yeah, I'm trying a new type of rum I haven't tried before. It's called Black Magic.
oh, and a dark rum.
Yes.
I'm assuming.
Yes, it's a.
By the way, just a reminder: this comment is pinned. The link, the stream is open if people do want to come in. Just a reminder.
Got this since I couldn't find the rum I usually like to get, so I figured I'd try something new.
Yeah, I think Native, you're right, but I don't think we need to relitigate it all. We really don't, because it's such a bloody shit show of stuff that went on there. So, but the point being is that channel could have been, I think, at least 500,000 subs by now if everyone's fucking ego could have been kept in check. And they kept putting out a good product, but hey ho, wasn't to be, was it?
Yeah, I can sometimes overlook personal assholery if they're doing a good job on their channel.
Yeah, I mean, I thought, unfortunately, I don't think he doesn't do it anymore. But like, Conspiracy Cats, I think had a very. He started up a channel with Creaky Blinder where they were doing a debate channel, which was really good, and they were trying to be like the anti modern day debate. They were not going for the dumpster fires. And I know Creaky dropped out, and he did it, and Cats did it with Crafty Keeler for a little while, and then I don't know that whole thing just for whatever reason just got shelved or whatever. I don't know why, but I think that's obviously private. So that the channel they had I thought was really good. But I think I think one of the biggest problems with non-sec as well as with that, even when it was still sort of going strong, I think they really blew their load on the flat Earth content though, because I think it got too much. Because I like when going back about 4 or 5 years ago when like flat Earth debates were like the big thing. I can understand doing it once a week, but then having a weekly night where you have 2 or 3 flat Earth debates it just got too much.
It's a little much.
You know. Yeah, yes and no. Well, mainly because it's James's channel, I suppose. So there's been problems with that channel. I think it was definitely he's James. I think has platformed some people would it was irresponsible to platform, and I know people can make the arguments around hey free speech or whatever, but I don't really see the benefit in platforming some of the like out and out white supremacists and stuff that he's platformed. And that thing with Matt Dillahunty, like Howard, you know, and I think it's irresponsible to platform that guy. And it's not because he's like hate-filled or anything. It's just that I don't think Howard. I'm not sure that Howard is quite all there mentally. Then I would have, if I thought there was a. I mean, I know we've got to be careful because we're not quite qualified to make diagnoses as people, but I think if you've got serious doubts about someone's mental health and it's quite clear that platforming them is, I don't know, maybe doing them more harm than good. I think you've got to consider that. I think that's why I would have big issues with platforming a guy like Howard.
Yeah, you can see where you're coming from with that.
No, I don't think it. And I felt like I felt almost like he's being platformed for people to mock him. I mean, this. I mean, it's a difficult line to draw because you have to take it case by case. It's like, but like I'd be very reluctant to platform somebody like G-Man, for example, for that reason alone. You know, because I'm not convinced that G-Man is playing with a full deck, and you know, I'd be very reluctant to platform a guy like that.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to say how much is just trolling and how much he's serious about.
It's difficult to say. It is very difficult to tell with him. I think that where the line of because there has been the odd occasion. There's been the odd occasion where I've seen G-Man have a very civilized conversation, but you know, 9 times out of 10, he's gonna just shout over everyone, and you know, I know that, but like, this is why I won't review anything of his though, because I just think it's. I don't know. There's just something about that kind of content, like whether it be G-Man or that bloody Shani for Christ or whatever. And I know there's people that enjoy the bloody like soap opera aspect of that crowd or whatever. But I just it's just a put off to me personally, you know. And I don't, just me personally, I don't want to help propagate that. But listen, if that's what people get off on, like watching that, look, knock yourselves out. You know, I'm not judging you. And I mentioned bloody Shani content, and goddamn Mindy, that was not meant as a shot at you. I didn't realise you'd come out in the chat, because I know you covered Shani a bit in the past. That wasn't meant as a shot. I didn't know you were here, Mindy. Honestly, but it's just, you know. But I've had that conversation with Mindy before. Like, you know, it's like, yeah, if you enjoy that sort of thing, you enjoy it. I just personally don't, and I just personally wouldn't want to propagate. Unless there, I mean, I don't know, unless there was like a very good reason to, like, I don't know, review a G-Man or Shani stream or whatever, you know. But I doubt that. I can't envisage a situation when they're really worth addressing, just to me. Oh God, and I'm saying this like I'm some high-end atheist content creator. I'm really not. But What's Dave saying? There's quite a lot of atheist channels popping out at times. It's just like, mostly only particular kinds of content that gets popular. Yeah, the mysterious YouTube algorithm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I noticed my
I mean,
gardening channel
I
finally
think
hit.
if there was any justice in this world, Dave and Joe would have been way more popular than they are. Because and I know Dave, I know you and Joe sort of tried to step away from the atheist sphere in a little while in a way. And I know Joe was saying that, so but that Answers and Reason, that's such a good channel. It really is. It's definitely a channel I think a lot of people could benefit a little bit from watching. So actually,
Answers and Reason, you said?
yeah, fantastic channel. But also check out Trolley Dave's channel as well, Mage, because he put some stuff up himself that's very, very good. I mean, I think Dave's got like a master's in philosophy. He knows his stuff. He's pretty damn good. Oh, Robert, funny you should say that, because I'm on Granny's channel tomorrow evening. So
yeah, I saw that posted.
Yeah, I'm going to go on Granny's channel tomorrow night. So I suppose it'd be tomorrow afternoon US time, but
yeah, it'd be Saturday here.
Yeah, it'd be about 9:30 at night for me personally, but
It'll be Saturday afternoon for us.
Mark saying he enjoys watching the interview channels these days. Great channel to watching is Sidney Davis Jr. Okay, I haven't watched. I can't say I've watched any of that, but I'll maybe add that to list of.
Okay, well, subscribe to you, Trolley Dave, and the Answers and Reason channel.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, I said there's 3 people from YouTube I've actually met in real life. One's Diesel, another one's the sarcastic barman. I actually went out to his pub a couple of years ago, and when we were just let out of lockdown, I actually went up to the sarcastic barman's channel, up to his pub, and I did make a little cameo in one of his videos. And the other one is Joe, who does the streams with Dave from Answers and Reason, because Joe doesn't live that far away from me, so I actually met up and had a few drinks with him one night. I got absolutely wrecked. But actually, I think both myself and Joe did get completely wrecked that night. There's a stream somewhere on my channel of myself and Joe, like pissed out of our bloody minds, trying to talk philosophy for like an hour and a half. It's quite interesting. It was an interesting stream.
I'm gonna have to get back out to the store here today. I forgot an important thing when I went yesterday.
Okay, well, I'm probably going to go for another. I'll probably need to go for another 5 or 10 minutes anyway, and wrap this up. But
all right, well, I can probably get ready here then. Later.
I'll see you later, Mage. I think my vape's just run out as well, so. Not quite, but it's getting there. But yeah, okay. Yeah, for those who Who's ever heard of a couple of Englishmen going out for a few beers and getting shit faced? I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know, Mark. But can I just tell you, because I live in the fine city or around the fine city of Southampton, there was a certain Australian who's no longer with us that I occasionally used to see pissed out of his brains in pubs in Southampton. You might have heard of him. His name's Shane Warne. Don't know if you know him, Mark. He used to occasionally pop up in the pubs in Southampton, and you might be surprised to know that Shane Warne was drinking rather a lot. So, yeah, Diesel's all right. I mean, I didn't have a good. He and I did not start off on the best of terms. Let's be honest, we didn't, but we got past that, and I consider him a mate now. You know, I think I misinterpreted where he was coming from on a couple of things, um, and you know, I, I was. I'd say in retrospect, I was a little unfair to him. I won't want. I don't want to. I won't get into the details why, because um, when we met up in person, we talked about that, and certain things were said in obviously in confidence that I can't in good conscience say what all that was over the internet. So you know, Gin and Truth. I don't think I've seen this channel, so might have to check it out. I see it's been mentioned a few times in there. So I can't say I've ever seen that channel though, so I don't know. Well, yeah, I think at some point I'm gonna have to have a little listen back to. That's Robert Reed's channel. Are you kidding me? I know Robert. Well, I don't know, but I know him from Twitter and so on. I think I might have been in the stream with Robert once, but yeah, I like Robert. It's pretty cool. Okay, I think I might wrap it up here. Thanks everyone who's been in the chat. Thanks to everyone who watched the debate with myself and Diesel. I don't often watch streams of mine back, but I might have to watch that one back because I feel that there might be notes I might need to take about also just like looking at one or two of the things I've said and Diesel said, and I think it might be one of those ones where I could sit down with a notepad and try and okay UK time tomorrow is 9:30 p.m. So I guess it's gonna be quite early in the morning for you Sunday, I'd imagine, Mark. So um and yeah, thanks Robert. By the way, for anyone who doesn't know, I do have a second channel, History with Scummer. Robert's very kindly put the link in the description. I'm going to try and do a bit more with that. It's a little side project for me. But I've not been able to quite do as much of it as I'd like to, but I still do intend on putting some content on there. It's a side project for me. So yeah, well, I used to more or less exclusively live stream, so but I've gone to just back to recording some 1945. So okay, so you're on the. I'm guessing you're on the West Coast then. My guess. Oh, 10:45 p.m. So so you're 8 hours in front of me. So it'd be really early. Let's just put it. It'd be really early in the morning for you. Hey, Chris, good to see you. I'm just about to go, mate. Though, you just popped up, and I'm just about to go. I had an interesting debate earlier on my channel, Chris. If you want to check it out, I'm going to have to check it out myself because I feel there's definitely notes I can take from that one. Because I think I could probably strengthen one or two of my own arguments from that, and probably also I'm sure I can get some notes out of the stuff Diesel said as well. So it was good. I quite enjoyed it. It was chill. We sat back and we sat back and kind of went with it. Really, it was a good. I think it was a good debate. I mean, it was a good debate or discussion, whatever. It was just that I feel like something got accomplished there, and it didn't turn into a shit show like so many of these online debates do. Because I wasn't interested in having that, you know. And that's this is why I'm reluctant to do debates a lot of the time because I just think too many people are interested in an absolute YouTube shit show, and I just don't think anything gets accomplished from it. Okie doke. Okay, this has been Jeff, aka God the Scummer. I shall see you all later. Salute.